Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney for Nintendo DS. Last time we left off, we actually called Damon Gant to the stand to see what the hell he has to say in all this. And he's saying, like, I didn't do shit, and blah blah, and he wouldn't do anything because he only looks out for himself. However, we said that, no, perhaps he would help someone if it did benefit you. So now they're saying that we're trying to see who this person, Chief Gant, may have helped forge evidence. And you may think like it might be someone out of the ordinary, but it's actually someone you pretty much think it would be. The person he helped, well, it's Lana. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the NSL-9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that, despite the Chief's formal appearance, he plays with puppets? I should reach in there and slap the living shit out of you, Judge. Oh, wait. You mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying I've done such a thing? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than a mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor had been acting strange throughout his entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Haha. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious! Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency! To accuse the Chief of Police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible! Well, no. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the Chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, it better be good. Oh yeah, I think it's good, alright. Remember the ID card report? Yeah, that might do something. Yeah. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list that we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777 blah blah blah. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? This safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777 blah, blah, blah. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime! And fuck, he looks really mean right now. Order! Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished for the maximum extent of the law. But, Edgeworth, but right now this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not! Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days! You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Now, this one might be a little hard to determine, but it's actually the his lost item report. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of that report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied I can't say the word. Accompanied, man, I just failed so much there. You know what I mean. I could say it, but it's not coming to my mouth right now. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait! The Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of that sort. Yeah, I love how he's trying to get out of this. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once, but you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No! Oh! You see how he looked like? It was weirdly weird. It's like lightning was coming out of him. See, and now my dog, he's like, oh yeah, he's lying. Chief Gant! You didn't! The murder has most likely been committed on the spur of the moment. No one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why else? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body. However, the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after a ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was just a useless clue that just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us the evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Now this one, you guys are wondering, what the hell is he talking about? And yeah, remember this little thing here? That one that we thought had nothing to do of anything? This was brought back to his office by Gant's request. Huh. Well, yeah, why not? This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does this have to do with the case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... See, and like, remember Edgeworth was asked to go from him to take the screwdriver out and keep it in his office. Yeah. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office, but you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car! Oh, I see what he did there. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car! Yes, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief? Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to carry evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Oh, yeah. Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Stark took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something! I believe... Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're gonna make it in time for your early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't even finished yet! Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? This is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with! I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Your Honor? Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body. Do I have any concrete proof? And guys, this is one of those incidents where you think you have to present evidence, but you actually don't have any proof. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. Huh! See, Yudgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the Chief. What? I don't gamble unless the stakes are high. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Yudgy. I'll leave the rest to you. No, don't go. Shit. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement? That might be a typo. What? Lady Luck? Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth? What do you mean? There's only one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant had invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. Her task? To dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on! Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen, good Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need to tell me. You need me to tell you this. But if you accept Mr. Wright's claim, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. Ugh! Oh, damn, this isn't good. Of course. You'd never support such outrageous claims anyway. Right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. You son of a bitch. I hate him. Okay, if there isn't any other further objections, this court is now in recess. Oh my god. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's someone else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe! I'm not detective anymore. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office! No, you don't have to do that. My office? Sure! I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said? It is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks. Oh yeah, we remember that, don't we? Risks. What does he mean by that? Simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Who was that? Emma! Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I had said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything that Chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. That's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait here? No! I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. And that, guys, is that. Oh, I can't wait. The next segment of this game will be the final segment. You will be seeing the truth. You will be seeing what actually happened on the day of the murder. You will see the conclusion of this case, and of this game, and of this LP. I can't. Oh man, I don't want it to end, but then again, I do want it to end so I can show you guys what's going to be happening. Alright, guys. Next time, it all comes down to what happened. And you'll finally find out what happened. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for Nintendo DS. I'll see you guys later.